Lara Trump, senior campaign advisor for Trump's 2020 campaign and host of The Right View. Thank you so much for joining us, Lara. Your reaction to the projected win tonight?
Well, I think it's great. Obviously, this is my father-in-law, and this is the individual that I, along with a whole host of Americans, believe will be the Republican nominee and, of course, hope will be the 47th president of the United States. And I think this was a historic win for Donald Trump. You know, the largest margin of victory is just over 12%. And you look at the numbers as they stand right now, and obviously we're still waiting for them all to come in, and it shows you the speed with which we found out this result, Lindsay, as well as the numbers as they stand now. It's very clear the choice in the Republican Party for the nominee for president of the United States is Donald J. Trump. I don't think you can dispute that, at least in the state of Iowa.
Have you spoken to your father-in-law, the former president, yet tonight?
I haven't spoken to him. I spoke to my husband, who is out there in Iowa. I was planning to go, but like a lot of moms and dads, we all found out, of course, our kids didn't have school today, a very special holiday, of course, so I was home with the kids. But, you know, the report from the ground there, from my husband, from my brother-in-law, Don, everybody was talking about the energy and the fact that even in below zero temperatures, you had people coming out in such a big way, obviously because they wanted to show support to my father-in-law. So I think just an exciting night. I'm so proud of him, and I'm so excited because I think what this reflects, and I think what it'll show down the line as we go to New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada, and beyond, where, of course, we need voters to come out and ensure this victory for Donald Trump as the Republican nominee. But I think it shows that people want to send a message. The reason these people in Iowa came out in these kind of conditions to vote for Donald Trump is because they want to make sure that people all across this country hear them, see them, and understand their vote and that it matters, and it's for Donald Trump. So I think it's very exciting.
With 40% of the vote in, the former president is winning by more than 50% of the vote right now. Is that is that what you expected, basically, since he was running as an incumbent?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't always trust the polling, and obviously we leave nothing to chance, and I don't think my father-in-law took any of this for granted. You saw him there on the ground in Iowa. You saw him hold several rallies, go to events. I think yesterday he picked up pizzas and delivered them to a fire station there in Iowa. So he had a lot of on-the-ground events, as did all the other candidates in the field. Now, I think the difference is the amount of money spent. The two in second and third place, of course, Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, however that all shakes out, of course, spent about double each what we did at the Trump campaign. And so, yeah, we didn't take it for granted. We expected a big win, but we wanted to go there. My father-in-law, of course, wanted to be there on the ground and do all the work and meet all the people he could and ensure that this victory was indeed great. And I think you can see that reflected in the numbers.
I am curious, because you mentioned that that your husband is there on the ground with his dad tonight. We haven't seen Ivanka, his daughter, Melania, his wife, with him, whether he was going to the court cases or during some of his campaign rallies, even when he was announcing that he was running for president. Does he have that familial support all around this go-round?
He has 100% support from every single member of our family. You probably know, of course, Melania's mom sadly passed away last week. She's been spending a lot of time with her mom as she's been ill, and, of course, with her father and son, Barron. So she hasn't been around. But, look, the fact that not everyone is visible all the time should reflect nothing. What you can understand from the Trump family is that all of us, including Ivanka, Jared, Melania, and all the rest of us, are fully behind my father-in-law and fully believe he will be the next president of the United States.
Any concerns at all about his upcoming court cases?
Not at all. I mean, look, whenever you know the truth, as we've known about all these court cases, as we knew about, you know, the nonsense with the Russia collusion hoax as was dragged out for 2 years in this country, we know the truth in all these cases. And I think it is scary to see that you have a Department of Justice, of course, weaponized against the leading candidate for the Republican Party. I think that is very frightening to a lot of people. I don't think I'm worried about anything at all. And I think as it relates to the campaign, I think what you saw was that it only galvanized support behind my father-in-law. People see this sort of thing, Lindsay, and they don't like it. They don't think that my father-in-law is being treated fairly. And they feel like if you can do these things to someone like Donald Trump, then what could be done to me. So I think that also ensured this large victory in Iowa tonight, and I think you'll see that down the line in the states to come.
Are you concerned at all that the potential that he could be convicted might can shy away, might scare some voters and think, oh, I don't want to waste my vote in case he is convicted?
Quite the opposite, actually. I think the more you've seen put against him, the stronger it actually makes him. I think, you know, after the famous mugshot in Georgia, people said, oh, that'll be it for Donald Trump. And his poll numbers went up more than we had ever seen them go up before. So I don't think that it's going to have anyone shy away from him. Quite frankly, at this point, I think a lot of people see themselves in many ways reflected in Donald Trump, a system that is not working for them or they feel has worked against them. They see working against him in much the same way. And I think for a lot of people, what they are focused on is not some indictments against my father-in-law. They're focused on getting their country back. And the truth is, when you look back at the time he was president, man, things were a lot different and a lot better for people in this country. They had more money in their pocket. We certainly had a more secure southern border. We had peace agreements being signed in the Middle East. You contrast that with where we are today, where we feel like we might be on the verge of World War III. People want to bring that time back, and they know the man that did it. The reality is, whether you're looking at the Democrat side of the ticket or the Republican side of the ticket, there is only one person who has successfully done the job of President of the United States, running for president right now. And a lot of people believe, like I do, that was Donald J. Trump.
Well, we know your husband, Eric, is on the ground there in Iowa with your father-in-law, Donald Trump. Lara Trump, we thank you so much for your time.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.